Hey guys, what is going on? Chris and Anthony are back here doing a recap of last night and a look ahead to today's games for November 1st. Yes, it is already November. So hope you guys all had a good Halloween yesterday, and also hope you guys did good in NBA as well. So as usual, recap last night and a look ahead to today's games. And if you guys are, struggling with NBA, definitely let Anthony and I know. We've been cashing almost every single night. So if you're struggling, like I said, we'll have our email in the comment section for you guys. You will get 4 lineups per day, two from me and two from Anthony. So yeah. With that being said, let's do a little recap of last night. I didn't really bet much last night. Didn't really like the slate. It was a strange slate, so I didn't really bet much, but obviously won just a little bit of money. The best one was a 286. Obviously, it could have been about a 310 if I would have put in Lowry. So little mistake right there. But anyway, went with Bledsoe. I thought he'd do a little bit better. I mean, I know it was back to back, but with Booker sitting, I thought he'd have to pick it up just a little bit more, but he didn't do much at all. Next was Jeremy Lin. He was doing good. He didn't really play the fourth quarter, so that's why he only got 27. So they got, as you see, just straight up annihilated by Chicago. So he didn't have to play much. DeRozan, 41.5. What can you say from this guy? He was 60% owned, so not really separating yourself there.
He was no secret.
Nope. Dwayne Wade, 24.6. Huge bust right there. Didn't really get to play too much, though. But his shot wasn't really on tonight. Butler, same thing, 31. Didn't really have to play too much. Warren, 22. Didn't do much, but he was so popular that it didn't really hurt you too much because everybody had him. Next was Blake Griffin. I was expecting at least 45, but 38, I'll take it. Could have went Millsap and Griffin there. I did that in a different lineup, but took Griffin. And then my GPP play, Mr. Patterson, 27.9. Who would have thought that? He was
Yeah, we're
only.
expecting like what, 22, 24 maybe.
I was expecting about 20, to be honest, but 27.9, I'll take it. Valanciunas was having foul trouble, same as Lowry, so Patterson stayed on a little bit more normal. Um, he didn't really do much in the points wise, but he got 5 blocks, and that definitely helps out. So 27.9 from a guy that's only $3,600. I'll take that. And then Nurkic obviously was the play of the day. If you took Jokic, you probably lost. So Nurkic was the way to go. Sensing a little bit of a pattern. So yeah. Overall not bad. Anthony, you finished at a
278.
278. Yeah, then I had a 280. And then my cash wasn't too well. But yeah, overall, 2 out of 3 will definitely take that. Once again, expecting that here today. So hopefully we can continue that. Games are at 6 o'clock because they pushed the Cleveland game early just because of the World Series. So with that being said, I think that does the recap. So let's get into today's game. So we got Houston and Cleveland. We got a 217 total, and Cleveland by 9. So who you like in this one?
Well, I mean, is Harden going to play? So,
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
think he will.
even if he does, though, I mean, do you really want to
No,
pay up for
not
the highest guy?
now. He'll either have James or Irving on him. So, nah,
Yeah,
I
pretty
like it.
limited upside here. Plus, he's probably
In
got a hurt
Cleveland,
wheel
yep.
in Cleveland.
I don't
It's,
mind Irving though.
one of those nights that, this is a little narrative street, I guess, but,
Right.
Got the World Series going on in the background.
Yep.
Cavs are going to be fired up there.
Yep.
I just don't
Yep.
like it.
I don't mind Irving though.
No, I don't mind him.
But
Could
there's
be a
so many other plays
decent
though.
game.
Maybe
We
you
don't.
can. I was gonna say maybe you can pivot off him off Lillard or something. I
Yeah,
think.
that's a GPP pivot there for
Mhm.
sure.
I don't think he'll probably get around 40. Maybe, but 7,800 a little high for me, but yeah, he's pretty popular. Then you got Eric Gordon, J.R. Smith. Not too interested in those guys in this matchup.
No, never
You
really
go
excited to play JR or
right.
Gordon in this. He's going to face tougher defense. Not really excited.
You going LeBron or no?
It's going to be one of those if you want to spend up and pivot off of Durant maybe, but
Yeah.
I think we like Durant a little bit more in that range.
Yeah, I mean, if you're doing GPP, James will definitely won't won't be as high owned than as Durant. So
I think he's
let's go
still
that
going to
way.
be owned though. That's the thing,
Yeah,
right? I mean, I
yeah,
think
he
there's
will.
probably people that are thinking maybe I can get a LeBron and Durant lineup going, and they
Oof.
think that that's going to work. It's going to be tough.
Yep, it will be. So yeah, not too high on them. Ariza against LeBron, probably not.
Nah,
Maybe
that's
Kevin
not
Love against Ryan Anderson because Anderson's not a good defender. So I don't mind Love, but
just one of those. I mean, at $7,400, there's
right.
maybe some better plays on this slate.
Yeah. But I mean, 7,400 is really not too bad though if you want to go that way, pivot off. But don't think he'll have a huge game, probably about 34, 35. But there's
So
some
I
other
think if
guys
you
out
go,
there that I
you
like
think about
more.
it, you go Irving and Love. It's really not even that much more expensive than going Harden. So
Yep. So yeah, definitely like that a lot more than Harden. And then
mhm.
don't care for the center position with Capella or Tristan Thompson. So, not, I mean, I know the total's high and all, but don't really want to go that way, obviously, because of that Portland and Golden State game. So,
I think out of everybody though, I would probably go Thompson possibly, but I mean, I don't really don't mind Irving, but
right. Yeah, I don't mind Irving at all, but there's just some other guys
yeah.
that are up there. So, all right, moving on. We got the Lakers and Indiana Pacers. We got a 214 total in Indiana by 9. So, high total. It should be a high scoring game. I think most of that's going to be from Indiana, though. Even though I think Lakers will keep up with them, but Indiana I think will pull away in the fourth quarter. So, there are in Indiana. So, who you like here?
I think right
GPP.
away,
Oh, I was
gotta
going to
go.
say maybe GPP Jeff Teague against Russell.
Yeah, possibly, but
Yeah.
I mean, I'm more apt to play Miles Turner in this.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Yeah. He's going to be popular. 7,100. If you can afford him, definitely put him in your lineup. He's going to be taking on the Lakers. So, I think he'll just straight up kill him here. I really
Yeah,
do.
I think Teague's probably in play for GPP purposes.
Yeah, but
Um,
Turner for sure is the main guy.
Maybe even
Randall.
Thad Young.
Yeah, I was gonna say Randall or Young. Um, I think Young did so good because it was a revenge game. So
Yeah,
against Brooklyn, and then since then didn't really do much against Chicago and Dallas. So 61 a little expensive for me. Um, you like your man Paul George?
um, it's close to Fresno, but it's not Fresno. I don't think it's. Oh well, no, he's not in LA, so never mind.
The other game.
Um, yeah, not even gonna. No,
I think they might blow him out maybe, so George isn't gonna have to do as much as he usually does. So
not looking
um,
for that play at all.
no, don't care for Dang either. Monte Ellis, Clarkson, you like any of them?
um, Monte Ellis isn't gonna face like too hard a defense, I don't think, but 5,900, I'm not too excited. I think I'd rather play Teague.
Yep.
I don't think there's really too many other plays out of this game. I'm
No,
not. This isn't a matchup for me. I mean, I know it's
a high total.
fast-paced teams, high total. You might be sneaky GPP plays here, but this definitely isn't the chalky matchup for me.
Nope, I'm liking Turner quite a bit. I mean, that's probably the one guy that I care for. Maybe
Right.
Teague in a GPP, but I don't see huge upside. Probably about maybe 30 from him at the most. But it's going to be a lopsided game. I really do think so. So.
Somebody who he's actually been surprisingly delivering value on his price tag, and it hasn't really moved. But I mean, Swaggy P.
Oh man, I can't touch that guy.
I don't think you really need to go there. The thing is, I mean, he could just really help out with savings.
Right? Yeah. I mean, if you want 18, 19 maybe, but I just
Limited upside here because I mean he's gonna face Monte Ellis, right? So
yeah. I don't really. I don't see it. I just don't.
not in this game. It's got to be some kind of easier defense.
Right. Maybe if it was like a Phoenix Laker game, maybe. But
Yeah, it's still gonna be fast paced though, but
right.
not with his man that he's gonna be facing.
No. All right, moving on. We got Orlando and we got the 76ers. We got a 197 total and Orlando by 5. So surprised it's only by 5. Thought it'd be a little more for Orlando, but who you like in this one?
Um,
This could
don't
be
really
your
want to go
game.
with too many of the bigs.
I was gonna say this could be your game where you could get some of these cheap guys and maybe help you get into that Golden State Portland game.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people pretty much only around mid range. I mean, the highest priced guy here in this game, I think, is Vukovic.
Uh, yep, 7,400. So, but right away, we were talking about it earlier. Evan Fournier, I think
Yeah,
he should have a heyday here. I think he'll get you at least 35, 36 points. You know, I mean, if you look at it, obviously he hasn't been too good, but look, he's faced Miami, he's faced Detroit, he's faced Cleveland, three really good defenses. So he's
yeah,
gonna face Philly. I think he should just straight up have a heyday here and get at least 35 plus, easy.
yeah. You look at the projections and you see it looks like he's only really going to get his price, but you look at that ceiling and I mean,
Yep.
it's a pretty big ceiling tonight, and I agree with that. So if for GPP purposes, I think he really makes your lineup look a lot nicer.
He does. Yep, he does. Aaron Gordon, Covington, any of these guys? No.
Um, Not so much Gordon. I mean, it could be a competitive game, but I think I don't know. I don't really love Gordon in this matchup. That's just my take.
Yep. Ibaka, Saric. I just don't see anyone else in this game here. Maybe Peyton, but he's 6,000. I don't know if I want to spend 6K. Uh, all I really see is Evan Fournier. What do you do, like Hazania, or is he just not playing enough?
No, he's not playing enough. The one guy I would want to work in if he was cheaper for sure is Peyton, but
Yep.
I don't know about 6,000.
No, I mean if it was maybe 5,100, I'll do it, but a little expensive here. But yeah, I don't care for this game. Obviously,
No,
whenever you're playing Philly, it could be a blowout, but Fournier, that's really it from this one. So,
for me, yeah.
yep, same here. All right, moving on. We got New York and Detroit. We got a 199 total, and Detroit by 4. So, yeah, another one of these games. um, who you like in this one?
Not many. Not many people. uh, Perhaps Porzingis, but I think he's not gonna have as many rebounds coming his way.
Yeah. What about KCP? He had 35 against Milwaukee. I'm not touching him, obviously, but maybe against
Yeah.
Lee and Justin Holiday.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, right.
The thing with KCP is you kind of have to have a feel for him,
And
and
I don't like him.
I don't. I don't have a read. I don't have a read on him at all. He has that one in every 9 or 10 games that he
Yeah,
goes
and then
off.
he'll get like 17 tonight.
I can't call it. I can't call it at all.
Nope. Carmelo going up against Morris, not too high there. Porzingis and Harris cancel each other out. Maybe Drummond if you want to pick someone. He's going up against Noah, so I think Drummond, but Porzingis is gonna probably be up against him quite a bit.
Can you
So
afford him at 8,400 though?
maybe if it was a smaller slate, but since there's so many other options out there, don't really like him, even though he's been hot. But
I don't see it tonight. I
I
can't
still
really.
think
I
he'll
can't
be hot
swing
too
it
tonight.
in my cap. I got a lot of other studs that I want to
Yep.
pay up for in faster matchups.
Yeah, for sure. So, but for me, it seems like Drummond does better in slow matchups. He's just that kind of dude. But
Yeah, when people aren't really making shots, he just gobbles up all the
right.
boards over there.
So, all right, don't see anything going on there. So, unless you got anything else, I think we can move on from that one.
Yeah, please.
Alrighty. Yeah, not a good one. All right, moving on. We have. Um, all right, well, it's not working right now, but anyway, I'll pick a game here. We'll pick
Miami, I
Sacramento and
think. Yeah.
Miami. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. Sorry. We got a 200 total on the Sacramento game and Miami by 4. So Sacramento coming, back to back right here, so they're going to be a little bit tired. Got some older guys. You got Cousins, you got to follow, you got Gay. Some older guys there, maybe a little fatigue.
They already play slow as it is too.
Right, and Ty Lawson as well. So, who you like in this game?
Yeah, I think we talked about it before. You got to go with a young cat who's stepping up for his team, Justice Winslow here.
Yeah, $5,000. He's in a very good spot. Very good ratings. He's shooting about 15 times a game, getting huge minutes, as you see, 34, 32, and 39. I see about 34 from him tonight. I think he will, and not too bad bad of a matchup. So I really don't mind Winslow at home. 5,000. You're going to need somebody cheap to get some of those bigger guys in there. So right away, I really like him. Do you like Deion Waiters or no?
Um, if you want to save, you can go there, but I don't think you really are going to be in the best place.
Would you go
I th-
Waiters and Winslow or no?
oh
Or
no,
no way.
yeah,
Just
you gotta pick your guy, and I think Winslow is heavily my favorite.
oh yeah, I mean Waiters kind of same thing in Oklahoma City. He plays big minutes, but only gets 20 points. So
Hmm.
Winslow definitely has the upside by a mile over Waiters. You like Rudy Gay here or any of these guys? Anyone else?
No, not really. I can't I don't see it from the Sacramento perspective. All these guys are still kind of priced around where they were last year, and this is not the same offense.
Right. Nope. What about Cousins and Whiteside? As we talked earlier, they have a
They got
a
some bad blood.
yep, they do. So, do you like any of them? You think they're going to encourage each other just to do better, or are they going to get ejected? What's going to happen here?
I think the probability of them encouraging big games out of each other is just as realistic as them encouraging ejections out of each other.
Yep.
So I think if you want to go there in GPP,
I
you
don't
might as
mind
well
it.
play Whiteside because he's cheaper, and I think he
At
does have a
home.
higher ceiling. He's at home,
And he's not coming
so
off a back-to-back either. So,
yeah, all signs point to going with Whiteside if you want to go there in GPP. But
yeah, if you can afford him, I can't afford him with what I'm trying
yeah,
to do. So,
and that's kind of my thing with going back to Drummond. It's like I'd rather play Whiteside in a GPP than Drummond. That's
oh
just
yeah,
me.
for sure. Yep. Yeah, so I mean, if you want to go a little bit different from the crowd, I do not mind Whiteside at all. I still think he'll have a pretty good game if you want to go away from that Golden State game. So, like I said, I'm probably going to create one lineup where I'm just going to have players away from that game because there are other players that are good away from that game. Um,
Hmm.
so sometimes it happens, but I'll just have one lineup just to have it, but for the most part, going to be targeting that one. So, anyone else in the Sacramento game, or is that mostly it?
Pretty much wraps it up. It's it seems like we're only finding a couple plays out of these early games, but
Yep.
that's just really how it is.
Yeah, I have a
You don't
lot
want to
of
go too
East
heavy.
Coast. I was going to say a lot of East Coast and West Coast teams meeting up. So,
Yeah, only a
yeah,
couple. Well, one game really with two West Coast teams.
yeah, not too many. So moving on, we got Milwaukee, New Orleans. We got a 205 total, and New Orleans by 3. I think this will be a half decent game.
Yeah, it could shape up to be. These are two young, kind of trying to be up and coming,
Yep.
scrappy teams.
So obviously, Fade, Davis, and Giannis, right?
Yeah, yeah. Don't play them.
Oh man, they're just yeah, yeah. You got to have them in your lineup. That's all I can say.
That's just how I feel. I mean,
Giannis is going to destroy New Orleans, and Davis is going to destroy Milwaukee.
yeah. Davis, he had a tough matchup last game against San Antonio. He's gonna
Right.
bounce back here, and
Yeah, he
he's
will
still
for
the
sure.
only game in town, really. Him and Frazier.
Yep. And the other thing we saw the other day when Drummond faced Milwaukee, he just annihilated him. So Davis is going to do the same, shooting at least 30 times, 30 shots a game, which is unreal. You got to have him in there if he's going to shoot 30 times, and he's going to get through the free throw line at least 13, 14. So got to have him in there, man.
Yeah, I don't think Parker or Monroe or any of these
No,
other big men can really handle him. So
I don't know, man. Watch out, Plumlee.
yeah.
So yeah, Davis, have him in your lineup. That's all I can say.
You like Frazier, or maybe
Yeah, I
not
don't
so
mind him.
excited?
I don't mind him at all. I wish he was a little cheaper though, because he just doesn't fit in the puzzle correctly. But I really don't
Right.
mind Frazier. I think he'll get at least 34, 35 here. Same as Davis. He had a hard matchup against San Antonio. Milwaukee, they're struggling a little bit with their offense, because Middleton not there, Michael Carter Williams not there, so they're trying to find themselves as well. So I think Frazier and Davis are going to take advantage of that. Do you like Lance Stevenson as a GPP?
Risky, but I mean, if there's going to be anybody, taking the third wheel, it would be him.
He's only $3,900.
Yeah, it's it's not too bad. I don't know, man. He can also dud and get you 12, 15 points.
Yeah, trust us, we know. um, But, I mean, if he gets his minutes, maybe. But, yeah, it's really risky. Probably about 23, 24. But $3,900, if he gets you 25, you're hitting value right there. So, but
Yeah, we've
up
seen it
to
work
you.
out where, Patrick Patterson.
Yeah, right. Um, I don't see anyone else I care for in this one.
Not a whole lot of other plays in this game. I think there's probably 3 targets for me out of
Yeah,
here.
be honest, Frazier and Tim Frazier, yeah, and Davis.
Yeah.
So that's my three. I don't see, man. Like I said, maybe Stevenson a deep GPP, but I think that's mostly it from that one. I don't see much going on there.
I think out of like maybe 10 lineups, I would have one Stevenson in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, just to have him, maybe who knows. All right, moving on. We have Utah and San Antonio. I think is that the next one? Yes, it is. We got 186 total. Oh man. And San Antonio by 10. So.
You hear
Um,
that kind of total. I mean, how excited are you to take anybody out of a game like this? I mean, this is the matchup of the 2 slowest teams in the NBA.
yep, they are, and two pretty good defenses as well. So, um, honestly, I don't see anyone. I don't see anything. I don't care for any of these guys.
I mean, I think that there is merit to maybe discussing trying to find one gem out of this game, but
If you had
there's
to pick
also a
anyone,
lot of
I'd pick
merit.
Leonard.
Yeah,
But that's
exactly.
really,
There's a lot of merit to just overall fading this game.
yep. I don't
Um,
see unless somebody gets announced the rested or something maybe. But don't see anything. Leonard, and
no,
that's really it.
it looks like all hands are on deck, really. Yeah, I don't see it, man.
So yeah, we're just gonna skip this one. There's no reason to go over it if there's just no fantasy purpose in this game.
Who do you want to dive in on and talk about?
Yeah, Leonard. That's really it. That's all you can really think of. But even then, I think his
It's just
upside's a little limited here.
it's an automatic gimme. He's a cash viable player. No tournament upside tonight.
No, he'll get you about 38 to 40. So, um, not bad, but not the huge upside. But yeah, cash play for sure. So, all right, moving on from that one. That was just we
Yeah.
got obviously
Don't forget
game.
Memphis and Minnesota.
Did we not hit them? I thought I did.
Yeah,
My
you got to
bad.
hit them.
All right, Memphis, Minnesota. We got a 201 total, and Memphis by 3. Sorry, Minnesota by 3. I don't mind this game. I mean, I know it's not a high total, but they just played not too long ago, and some pretty good fantasy numbers were put up by some of these guys. So right away, Chris Dunn, he's going to be in a lot of people's lineups. I see
If
about
there's
27 from him tonight.
Yeah, if there's any spot that is he's going to be chalk, but if there's any
Yep.
spot that you can spend down and you're getting higher usage and minute share than the price tag has accounted for, it is Chris Dunn.
Yep.
He's basically the free square of the night.
Yeah, and I was going to say when he faced Memphis on the first night, 15 minutes, 15 points. So in that he was getting 1 point a minute, which is totally nice. So probably about 30 minutes here, probably about, like I said, 27, maybe 30 points, $4,000. What can you ask for from that? So not the best matchup for him, but he's so cheap, and his usage is going to go up, and his minutes are gonna go up. You're going to have to use the guy. So, and he just helps out your lineup dramatically.
He's in a spot that before the show I compared him to Devontae Booker from the Broncos this past weekend in NFL.
Yep, same kind of
He's
thing.
just a guy who's going to get the usage, and his price tag hasn't been put up for it. So
Nope,
just
and
put him in.
Yep, put him in there for sure. And then shooting guard, we got Zach LaVine. Do you like LaVine here or no?
Don't mind him, but it's a GPP play for me. I don't really call it cash viable.
I don't see the huge upside. If he's going to get you 30, you can see 30 to 32.
At that price tag, there's a guy I'd rather take
Yeah.
a chance on.
Yep, and the other thing, we just keep coming back to it. The pace of play is just not fast enough for him here. I mean, I know we keep preaching, pace of play, but it's a huge part of NBA.
We wouldn't talk
some
about it
of
if
his
it wasn't a
upside.
thing.
It limits people's upside if you don't have that pace of play. I mean, if he was facing the Warriors, I'd put him in there for sure. Even though it may not be the best matchup, but it's such a fast-paced game, he's got more possessions, more shots available. So
The thing is, I mean, if you just look at it from a mathematical perspective, when a guy's going to get 105 possessions for his team compared to 80 possessions for a different team.
Yep.
You take the league average or you take his average and you put it, into the number of possessions. He's going to have a higher total in a higher total game.
Yep.
Don't play him in a slow game. So,
right.
I mean, maybe one guy I don't mind going. Dang, I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
He's always got a good hit on his value. 5,900. He still hasn't been priced up too bad where he's going to kill you.
Nope.
I think he fits in pretty nice.
Yeah, he's going to be in a lot of my lineups. I mean, it's a slower game, but he's one of those guys that he likes the slower game just because he's a good inside defensive player. He likes his board. He can get some blocks, so he's one of those guys that plays good into these slow games. So
he's one of those guys who just plays his way into a game because he has such a higher plus minus when he's on the court for his team. You have to put him in there. I mean, you expect Towns is the only game in town. Nobody really talks about Dang, but man, he's just as good as a play. Yeah,
for sure. And then moving on, I'm not too high on any of these other guys here. Towns against Marc Gasol, not too high there.
No, we talked about it. At that price range, I think I'd rather go Whiteside between those three.
Yeah, I would. Yeah, I'd pick Whiteside out of those three for sure. So, anything else from that one, or is that mostly it there?
It's a guy that people kind of look at night to night. I don't know. At least we have been. I don't know if you want to do it tonight with Ennis.
Yeah, he's a good spot right there. But I'm just gonna go up a little bit and get Winslow. Winslow has that huge upside. Ennis doesn't really have upside. If you're looking for 23, 24, that's fine. If it was a smaller slate like yesterday, I'd say you have to take it. But in a slate like this, a lot more people, I'm gonna probably go Winslow over Ennis because he just doesn't have the huge upside there. So.
Yeah, well, and then if you look at it as a price range, game theory kind of play out of this game, I think he's more of a GPP than Chris Dunn. I mean, obviously Chris Dunn's going to see huge ownership. I do like him in GPP because he makes so many other nice pieces fit. Yeah. But it could be one of those plays. I think head-to-head, Ennis is still more likely to score more than Chris Dunn.
Yeah, but I just like Chris Dunn here. I mean, a lot of people
got that point per minute. I mean, it just seems right.
Yeah. So that's where I'm going there. Plus, like I said, he's only 4,000, so it's hard to go wrong there. So
to me, it's like that I just have to be different kind of lineup, kind of play. I don't want to go there in too many lineups, though.
Yeah, like I said, I'm going to have two or three lineups where it's just going to be straight up chalk plays, and then I'm going to have one or two that are, people that we talk about, maybe Ennis, and maybe go Whiteside. I'm going to have one or two lineups that are going to have some people that aren't as popular, but have good upside. So, all right, I think that does it. Then game of the night, we got Portland and Golden State. We got a 225 total. They are in Portland, and Golden State only by 5. So it's going to be a lot more competitive game than it used to be. Golden State hasn't really found their mojo yet. I mean, I know it's Golden State, but bringing in that new guy, we saw. They're going to have to find their way, but for now, I don't see this going to be a blowout. This is going to be a very good game. Portland's going to play them really hard, so I love this game. So obviously, got to go Damian Lillard here. You have to go him. I said at least 60, 65 points from him in this game.
Yeah, I think he's the number one play out of the game.
Yeah. Or number one play for point guards for sure by a mile.
For the whole day, maybe.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Plays those big minutes. Huge part of this offense, so got to have Lillard in there. Do you like Curry or no?
Man. It sounds crazy to say no, but I just don't think you can really do it tonight.
31, 32, and 32. He's like I said, and he has two very favorable matchups against New Orleans and Phoenix. You think he'd exceed there, but as I said, he's taking that little back seat for Kevin Durant a little bit. So I see about 40 from Curry here. I think he'll go up a little bit, so he'll be very popular though. So if you want to go that way, maybe, but Lillard for sure. And then you got McCollum, Klay Thompson. Who you like in here?
think the better play, as far as just better point upside, better just game wise upside. You think McCollum, but I mean at that price tag, Klay Thompson is really really enticing.
Yeah, I really don't mind McCollum though, just because I know he's 7,300. It's going to be hard to work in some of those guys, but um, he's going to have to be a huge part of this offense as well. He's playing humongous minutes. He can show that he can shoot. So if you can get McCollum, I'd put him in there. But Thompson's sitting pretty at 5,800 just because we know his upside. He can easily get you 40, 45. So I like Klay Thompson as well, and a lot of other people are going to be liking him as well.
Yeah, definitely. He's for sure going to be in a lot of cash lineups. That's
Yeah,
there's no question about that.
And then obviously
GPP purposes, go McCollum maybe though.
Yep. And then Durant, got to have him in there for sure. He's just going to get you at least 60 here.
Just seems like, I mean, it's a free square.
Right. Yeah. He's going to be popular as well, so put him in there. And we like Draymond Green here tonight quite a bit.
Yeah. I think he's got pretty good upside. He likes to play in this scrappy game against this team. He's the enforcer out there for the Warriors still. He's still going to be that, that real cocky, loud guy. This is that physical matchup that he really plays up for.
Yeah, and, in this kind of game, I think he'll get you at least 40, 45 here. This definitely, he's going to have to control that paint in there, and Zaza only plays about 20 minutes, so Draymond, he's the big guy, even though he's not big, but he's the big guy in there. So, they're going to need him here. So I would really do like Green. If you want to pivot off Davis, I'd go to Green if you have to do that. So, and then center position, we both sit at GPP. Don't mind it. Mason Plumlee. I know he's not the most popular guy out there, but if he's cheap and he's going to be in this game, you're going to want some cheap guys from this game. And, when he's facing Zaza Pachulia, not a good defender. Plumlee in a contract year, playing a little bit better here these first three games. As you see, 36 points, not too much against Denver, but they're going to need him here. I see about 30 to 32 points from Plumlee here. So don't mind him as a GPP play at all.
Yeah. I don't mind him. I think, definitely he's not a popular name for people to play, but I don't think you should be scared of that. I don't think you should let that limit your exposure to him tonight.
No, and like I said, they're going to have to put him in this game, so don't mind him at all. Anyone else from this one? We mostly hit everybody. So
yeah, quite a few pieces in this game, so not too much else to go into.
I think that mostly does that one. So, all right, well, there you go. We're each going to do our own GPP. Then we'll both create a cash lineup. And also, guys, if you are watching this live, I know we haven't been doing it much, but if you guys are in the chat, we will definitely answer some of your guys' questions. So if you have any questions, we will definitely answer that at the end of the show after we do our lineups. So definitely get those questions in there. So with that being said, let's do our combined 50-50 lineup. So Lillard, obviously.
Yeah, definitely.
And then who else do we like here?
You want to go Frazier or I say just put in Dunn, man.
Yeah, if he's going to be good in any format, so I'm just going to put him in there. All right, next, who we like in here?
The shooting guard position, I think for cash purposes, you got to start with Klay.
Yep, he's going to be so popular, and he, probably about 30, 35 from the guy, and he does have that upside, so don't mind that at all. Monte Ellis is more of a GPP play, but
yeah,
he's been terrible these last two games. I
mean, do you want to put Giannis in there, or can we afford him in this lineup? Or we didn't really cover too many shooting guards that we really loved. So,
well, if you put him in there, it's going to be an automatic GPP. That's all I can say.
That's what I feel like.
So let's just put in. Who do you want to put in? You got Fournier, you got Levine, McCollum. Out of those guys, who would you pick?
I really don't mind Fournier, but you kind of want to go as cheap as you can right here, I think.
So
I mean, do you want to go waiters or is that too GPP?
it's way too GPP for me. Just for this one here, I'm gonna put in Zach LaVine because he'll get you 30, 32. I'm gonna do that.
Don't mind
Ellis,
that.
he's too inconsistent. So, and I'd love to get McCollum in there, but he's just too much for me. So,
Right.
and then you got to put in Kevin Durant. You got to go a little bit cheap here at that small forward position.
You like Winslow?
Yeah, I definitely do not mind Winslow right there. Power forward, who you liking?
You gonna force in Davis here? Or
For this one here, I'm gonna go a little bit cheaper, just because I mean, if you put him in there, that's gonna be an automatic GPP lineup.
right.
Um, so I think I don't know where you can go. I mean, it's up to you if you want to put him in there.
We could start with Gorgie. I don't know.
All right, for this one, I'm gonna go Kevin Love and Gorgie Dang.
Okay, yeah, I like that.
Give us a half decent center. 63. Can't get Turner in there. Yeah. All right, that leaves us a lot of money left over, but Mason Plumlee. So that's kind of what we're looking at there. So, all right, I guess you can do your GPP lineup.
All right. Let's see here. It's probably gonna look a little bit like similar, but just for GPP purposes, I'm gonna go with Kyrie here.
All right. You gonna
And
put in
I'll
Frazier or Chris Dunn or?
I'll just keep it done.
All right.
And then I'll stick with Clay and Levine.
All right.
Maybe I'll force in. I'll take out Clay and I'll go McCollum.
All right. Yep, definitely don't mind that. We just said earlier, McCollum good GPP option here.
Yeah, for sure. I think I'm gonna just have to stick with. I want to stick with Durant.
All right.
You know what? No, just for this lineup, I'm gonna go James.
Alrighty.
Because it's gonna be a GPP.
Yep.
And then gonna save some money here. It's gonna go crazy. I'm just gonna go with Stevenson.
GPP for sure.
I don't know if that's actually even gonna work. Now that I go back to, yeah, if I lock all those guys, I don't know if that even works. Let's see here. As far as with my pool, I don't know if I have anybody left that I can work in that I like. I'll just stick with that. I'll stick with Stevenson.
All right. Power forward, who we like in here?
This is GPP, so I'm gonna go with Thad.
All right.
And then I don't mind sticking with Gorgie, but I'm gonna try to fit in Davis.
I was gonna say you can go Gorgie Dang and then go Whiteside, but let's put in Davis, and then you got 41. Ooh.
That's really scary. I don't know if I can put in Davis.
Yeah, if you take him out, you can put in.
Who's my shooting guard? Levine? Yeah, I want to put Fournier in there instead of Levine.
All right.
And then I'll try to take out Davis.
7,500 per player.
Well, I guess the best I can come up with this for this lineup is going to be Irving, Dunn, McCollum, Fournier, Stevenson, Durant, Or no, excuse me. I went James, right? Yeah, James, Dieng, Young, and Whiteside.
All right. Kind of GPP, but kind of it's one of those like cash game lineups, but it's like a GPP cash game lineup because it's not the most popular because you don't have anybody from that game. So
Right. That was kind of like what I tried to go with was, I
oh,
go
you have one
McCollum
piece.
was the one piece that,
Yep.
is not going to be the most popular out of that game, I don't think.
Nope. All right. So I'm just gonna go really GPP. Just gonna get this going here. I'm just gonna go Frazier. Let's go
There you
Dunn.
go. Frazier and Dunn.
Let's go Giannis. Let's go McCollum. Let's go Kevin Durant. Winslow. uh, Dang. Plumlee and Draymond. Kevin Love there. 600 left. I'd love to get Draymond in there, but Frazier, Dunn, Giannis, McCollum, Durant, Winslow, Dang, Love, Plumlee.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll be going that cheap on my point guards, but
Yeah.
what you're looking at. So, alrighty. Let's see here if we got any questions here.
They're asking what a cash lineup is. Yeah, it basically is 50-50 or double ups, head to heads, even little like 3-man leagues where they pay. Basically, it's if they pay over a third or more of entries. So
Yeah,
33% to 50% of entries.
yeah, that's where you want your popular plays. So if you're going to put Stevenson in a 50-50, definitely don't do that. You're going to want to start keep to your Lillards, your Currys, your Thompson, your Kevin Durant. So that's kind of where you want to keep there if you're doing that. If
You
you're
hear us
doing
talk about chalky plays. That's basically what we're referring to as cash game plays.
Yep, and GPPs just really risky guys that aren't going to be high owned that hopefully not many people have that you think are going to go off. So
And there's levels of GPP. There's a good GPP play where he just maybe isn't the most popular, but he's in a really good spot. And then there's we call them risky GPP guys where it seems like a really just maybe like an off the wall play, but you got a feeling about it, or there's something you're seeing that other people aren't.
Yep. Mills or Parker starting today? I'm guessing Parker, since they didn't play the other day. So think Parker, LeBron, or KD. KD in a cash game, and then probably LeBron in a GPP.
Don't think you can go wrong with either play night to night. So yeah, just different variations of what kind of lineup you want to put them in.
So and then which one is better, GPP or cash? It just depends on the night mostly. Sometimes you just have a GPP lineup. Sometimes you just have a cash lineup. So it depends because sometimes our cash lineups are way better in our GPP, and sometimes our GPP is better in our cash. So it just mostly depends on the night.
Well, just based off of the type of plays that you're going to make, a GPP lineup, you're just basically saying, I'm leaving myself open to some risk here.
Yeah.
So going into that, say you're going to bet $20 on a given night. I would want to make sure at least more than half of that is going to be in a kind of cash game type of contest. Yeah. You don't want to leave yourself open to be killing your bankroll. You want to still be alive in GPP, type of contest, but those plays are going to be risky, and because you're trying to hit a ceiling more so than just hit a floor.
Yep, for sure. And then responding to Dread for Life, how much is your guys' service? It is $30 per month and $150 for the season. We will have our email in the comment section. All you have to do is just email us, and we'll definitely get you all set up there. So, and then our last one we're going to answer is Kawhi a good play today or nah? What do you think?
I think Kawhi is always a good play as far as cash games. You can't really argue against that. He is for sure GPP territory today too, because he's not the most popular guy on the slate. You still have you have the top three small forwards in the game playing this slate.
Well, we got Durant, 4 actually.
Yeah, really, yeah.
We got Paul George in there, but
yeah. So. But I would say Butler over George for sure as far as top 4, right?
Yeah.
Because he's listed at small forward this year.
Yeah.
I mean, that's where he's playing. But, yeah, I think I definitely like LeBron and Durant more so than Kawhi. but you're going to be different than everybody. And if Kawhi happens to go off and deliver better value on his price, then you look like a smart guy. And I mean, there's no argument against playing Kawhi other than this is going to be a really slow game.
Yep, that's mostly it. So I think for me, his upside is going to be a little limited, but if you get you 40, 45,
that leads into the next question too with Hood. Great play as far as normal day-to-day business right now. He is seeing increased usage with those guys out. I don't mind him in a GPP. I wouldn't tell you not to play him. I don't really want to put him in a cash lineup though.
Right.
So,
yeah, for me right now, it's Fournier, Levine, and Klay Thompson are my top shooting guards.
Yeah.
Hood's going to be one of those guys. He's going to get you 27, 28, but I just don't see the huge upside for him tonight because the game's just such a slow-paced game tonight. So
yeah,
that mostly does it. So, alrighty, guys, thank you for your questions. We do appreciate it. We're going to be doing questions a lot more because you guys are asking a lot of questions. So we will be answering questions at the end of every podcast. So, like I said, thanks for the questions. So, alrighty, I think that mostly does it. Pretty good, look at today's games. A lot of different ways you can go. So, with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, please leave a like. We appreciate it. If you have not subscribed hit that button for more NBA advice videos. We're going to be doing them almost every single day. So if you guys are interested in premium, if you guys are struggling in NBA, hit us up. $30 per month and $150 for the season. Have our email in the comment section. Just click on it, message us, and we'll get you all set up on that. So anything else?
No, that pretty much does it. If you guys like the video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, come back. We're going to be here, try to be here day to day, and just get this going. If you need help with your lineups, then hit us up. We can really help you out. None of our customers have been complaining. Everyone's happy. We got a lot of regulars that keep coming back. So, its product speaks for itself. Just hit us up and we can help you out.
Yeah, for sure. So, alright, guys, once again, thank you for watching, and I hope everyone has a good night tonight in the NBA, win some money, and I'll see you guys all tomorrow.